Hi there, and this is a very interesting video that I'm making for you today. I'm not going to give you the exact numbers as far as um, word count is concerned. All that I can tell you for sure is that, because I didn't check the numbers just before I left home, my target was 2,000. I did about 2,500, so whatever it is, it's over the 2,000 target, so that's one side of things. Um, the main topic of today's video is, of course, how I managed to make the breakthrough as far as starting to publish content uh, with a piece of content that I published on Wednesday. Thursday was just basically mostly gobbled up by um, bureaucratic red tape because my sister's coming to visit me here in Spain in November, and I'm needing to get a document from the police for her to be able to get a visa. And that was being knocked from pillar to post. I went to the Policía Local, I went to the Guardia Civil, both of which have offices here in my village, and got part of the process done at each of those, because you see, Spain has got effectively 3 different police forces, and I needed to get some work processed at the Guardia level, at the Policía Local level, and then following on from that, I now need to go to the Policía Nacional for the final part of the process and get the document. The trouble is that the Policía Nacional is in the city of Granada, and there just happens to be a, let's see, run the conversions, run about a 10,000 foot high mountain between me and Granada. So that's going to be a full day excursion to sort that out, but I need to get to make the appointment first, and to do that I need to get them to answer their phone first. But that's a totally different tangent. Look how I'm doing tangents. It's almost like I'm publishing a piece of content and I'm avoiding the hitting the publish button. I'm avoiding telling you why I've been avoiding hitting the publish button. And that came courtesy of Robin, the professor of psychology, told me that I need to look at something as far as all of the stresses and traumas that I've been processing. And it's not so much the stresses and traumas of processing Catalina's passing, but one of the things that he did say is that I've got no because we discussed, I've got no problem whatsoever completing all the way to the end content for uh, the freelance content that I'm writing for clients. It's just the stuff that I'm putting my own name at the bottom of. In other words, the stuff that I'm putting out into the world in my own voice and putting out into the world with my name underneath it, as if saying, this is what I've done, this is what I've produced, this is me standing out into the world and putting my voice out there. And he straight away asked me that, have I as yet finished processing internally the um, the stress and trauma related to being officially labeled a person of interest in Catalina's passing, because she's somebody with no medical history, had this medical event. There were only 2 of us in the department, so ipso facto automatically I become a person of interest. And I live in a really small town, and as soon as I'm a person of interest, the rumor mill of the town catches on and spreads like wildfire. Because, as Robin said, is when somebody is labeled a person of interest, immediately suspicions start swirling around that person about, why would the police label them a person of interest? Did they do something? And this is something that I hadn't even considered as far as my processing of everything that's happened over the course of the last 3 months. And what Robin's pointed out to me, that I maybe need to look at processing this, which I have now subsequently started doing, because it's not so much an avoidance, but it's almost like an anxiety surrounding hitting the publish button on a piece of content, is putting something out there into the world and saying, look here, this is what I've done, I'm putting my name to this, while at the same time having this unprocessed trauma sitting within me about everybody around me, sort of in my mind, pointing fingers and said, did he do that? And it's that unprocessed trauma that it seems to be has been having an effect on me, my ability to publish anything. I mean, from when Catalina passed, which is the 7th of June, up until last week, Friday, I published one piece of content in my own name. The finalization of the judicial inquest, which officially removes my name as a suspect, for want of a better word, person of interest in Catalina's passing, was eventually cleared last week Friday. I eventually managed to, as I mentioned, over the course of 12 hours, get through publishing a piece of content. Wednesday, that was now down to under an hour. So hopefully, if I keep on with my journal work, working on processing the trauma, internal psychological trauma, my mental health situation, as far as being a person of interest in her passing, as well as my internalized guilt feelings that I've maybe not quite gotten through, as far as my 20 years ago CPR training maybe not being up to scratch enough to be able to do something. So there's that I'm needing to deal with as well. But it's interesting that Robin pointed that out to me, that it's quite possible that I need to process those factors a bit more in order to be able to get back to feeling comfortable publishing blog posts with my name directly under them. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to keep on working on trying to publish more content. I've got something lined up for today that I'm hoping to have, or two things that I'm hoping to have wrapped up today, but I've got more bureaucratic red tape as far as organizing the documents that my sister needs for a trip out to come and visit me. So that needs to take priority to start off with. And firstly, yes, I need to get a new empadronamiento document from the town hall, and try once again. I tried 3 times yesterday, but try again to try and get through to the Policía Nacional to make the appointment to go and see them to sort out that final document that my sister will be needing. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope it wasn't too much of a downer for you, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the morning with a new video. See you then. Cheers.